Hey guys, and welcome to another edition of ADHDC News. We don't need no intro because we're that awesome. Okay, alright, that's good, that's good. Alright, everybody up. Okay, so this week I know we've all been hearing some really crazy news about killing, mass murders, and a bunch of shootings out and everything. So I'm going to start off today with two important, very important news as well. For some odd reason, students have been killing each other, have been killing others, or have just been in general being killed. The first two stories I'm going to start off with are very important because they involve murder. The officials of Vancouver, Washington, arrested a middle school child of 11 years old. The name's undisclosed at this moment. The authorities haven't basically released the name. However, he was arrested for going to Frontier Middle School, his middle school as well, taking a gun. Now, here's where it gets a little different. Not only did he take a gun, but he also took a knife and rounds. The rounds were counted of 400 rounds in general. The gun itself was a .22 caliber handgun. He had it in his pocket, and the other side he had a magazine as well, or two magazines loaded as well. The child went and was told by voices in his head to kill another child of 11 years old for bullying his friend and calling him gay. At this moment, they're still investigating the cause and everything, what's going on, but nobody's hurt, and basically everything's back to normal. Frontier Middle School did go back to normal, so we don't have to worry about anything. Classes have been stated to go for the same kind of amount of time, so no problem with that part. The next one we're going to go to is also a killing. This happened, or not necessarily this happened, but this happened this week as well, with the same thing with 11-year-old child. Wednesday, officials have arrested Philip Chisholm for the killing or murder of a 24-year-old teacher at Danvers High School, where both the student and the teacher went. What ended up happening, what officials have stated in that part, is that by some odd reason, Tuesday, Philip and the teacher crossed paths and basically killed her. The body was found Tuesday in the back of the woods, in back of the school. There is an undisclosed statement of why the student might have done it. At this moment, there really isn't any kind of determination why the student would have done it. A lot of the students that went to school with the student as well said that he was nothing like that. He was very shy. He was to himself. And I guess you know what they say, like usually the shy ones are the ones that end up causing trouble. But right now that's going on, and as of this week, that makes three students killing three students basically having an incident at school. We have a 12-year-old who also shot their teacher. We also have the 11-year-old and the 14-year-old who, of course, shot the teacher of Ritzer of the high school itself. So let's move on to the next topic. The next topic is actually going to be involving a medical discovery, a medical first. What's happening is that as of this moment, well, not scientists, but scientists in general, doctors as well, have basically stated they have found a cure. Well, not a cure, but a remission for HIV. You see, the thing is that a baby was brought in, and with HIV, of course, to the blood infusion of the mother who actually had originally HIV, doctors have been able to remission the HIV. Now, this causes a lot of questions because we don't know if for sure it might come out later on in the child's life or for sure it's gone. But at this moment, there's bringing a lot of questions, and as well, the investigation is going into further to find out whether or not this might be a possible way to cure HIV. Next two stories we're going to end with are very interesting. They're on a lighter note. They're nothing really to do with what we're talking about, but they're on a lighter note. What's going on is one of them, the Marines might get a different kind of hat. The Dan Daly, as everybody knows, was originally named after a sergeant who won a Medal of Honor during World War One. The Dan Dalys are being changed to what people call too feminine or too girly. I mean, I had a friend who was in the Marines, and we would call him girly man, but it was for a whole different story. But in general, this one's actually being called a girly just because of the fact that the style is different. The Dan Dalys are usually this, and then boop. Well, the new ones are just basically straight. Now, the other argument is that they look too French looking, so they're not basically stated to what the Marines usually have, and that's really bringing even more questions because the Marines, as we know, are the hound dogs of hell, or the bulldogs, or the main ones, the main things that the U.S. has as a military front. what's going on now is that this is bringing out a lot of controversy just for the fact that the hats are differently, and of course it's bringing more controversy because President Obama was the one that directed this whole cause and everything, and that's being formed as a whole new controversy. The next lighter note is going to be a very surprising, interesting note. The USS Forrestal is going to be, well, of course, it's decommissioned, but it's going to be put to scraps and destroyed and recycled. Now, the interesting part is that the U.S. Navy paid one red penny to a Texas company, All Star Metals. As you heard, right, the U.S. Navy basically gave 1 penny to the company in Texas to destroy it, put it scraps, and recycle it. Of course, the company is going to be profiting from all its gains of recycling the metal and everything as well. But the interesting part is that now they have to pay to move it. The other part is also that the ship was originally built at an estimated $215 million, which in today's money goes over to $2 billion, a rough estimate. So why exactly is this going to be doing it? Well, the reason is that the U.S. Navy has just stated a few things that in general the ship wasn't really adequate for any other things as well. It's been decommissioned and as well it had a lot of incidents during the years. So I guess 1 penny really solves a lot of problems now, huh? So that's for today's stories, and I guess I'll see you next time. I have no idea when, but I will see you again. Thanks for tuning in for, I guess, 5-ish minutes of news, and I hope to see you again. Once again, my name's Adolfo, and you're watching ADHDC, and we'll see you again next time. Who knows? Maybe we'll see each other sooner. Wink, wink. Oh, wait, it works. Wink, wink. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye, toodaloos! Well, basically murdered. So the first one is basically Vancouver, Washington, who was called, if I remember correctly, Colin Ritzer, who was a teacher at Denver. No. The USS to a Texas company, All State